shut the front door. Stop. I need everyone to stop. Put down what you're doing. Put it down. Put it right down. And join me as we watch the Severance Season 2 trailer that has just dropped a few days ago. I've been busy, okay? I watched it briefly, but wanted to properly react on YouTube here for you because we're all friends and family and we do these things together. And I'm not ready for this. I have been waiting for so long. I think Severance is probably one of the best shows I've ever seen in my entire life. There's so much I want to say about Severance. Right now, we need to talk about what's most important, which is that season 2 is coming in January. We're gonna watch the season together and just react to it and talk about it. This is kind of filtered and raw and I'm not sure what to make of it. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, so right away, frantic energy, and we can kind of get the understanding that this is going to pick up right where last season left off. As you know, if you could recall, last season ended with all of the innies becoming their outie selves as Dylan stayed inside. We also know Milchick is hot on his heels, ready to shut that shit down. And in that moment, we learn that Helly is about to tell everyone that Severance is a lie, it's cruel, it's terrible. We know that Irving is about to see his lover, IRL Bert. We also understand that Irving is a painter and is painting that long corridor into the punishment room. It's a huge theory that he's maybe been reset before or has lived multiple lives as an innie. And then Mark S is at his sister's house and just figures out his wife is Miss Casey and is on his way to say she's alive. This trailer starts with Mark S going back down the elevator. Where's he running to? Where's he going? The cinematography is off to a great, crazy start.
Everything they told you about Severance is a lie.
Okay, so we hear Helly. That's what Helly said on stage before season 1 ended. He looks confused and he looks lost. Now, we already know the inside of Severance is kind of this like depressing linoleum floor, fluorescent lighting maze. Where's he going? Where's he going? All right, he's running. He's moving.
To sever my memories.
Okay, so we get Mark's narration talking back to maybe what they needed to give, the consent, etc., a little bit back about the procedure that severs them.
In my work life and my personal life.
Okay, so we get a flashback of him and Helly walking down the hall. We also see a picture of him and Miss Casey / his wife. Okay, he's running, he's picking up speed.
We're not happy.
Okay, wait, what was that? Hold on. Oh my God, wait, is that Dylan sitting with his outie? Or no, or who is he sitting with? Who is he sitting with here? We have Dylan sitting with a man who looks like Dylan. They're about the same build. Either that or, I don't know, there's a slight differentiation between these two, but
we're miserable.
Okay, so we hear Helly's voiceover. We see Irving. He's on the outside. We don't know who he's calling. We know that Irving's outie was very interested in other severed people and had a list of others who had undergone the severance procedure and was almost perhaps trying to contact them. Again, this leads to this idea that he's been reset before or that he's been trouble or kind of rebellious before, especially given his age. We do have this understanding that perhaps he has PTSD and maybe that affects the success of the procedure, or even because Irving is a bit older, that he has actually been one of the earlier severed people. So they almost have to keep resetting him to either upgrade him or because the original severance procedure wasn't great.
Miserable.
Okay, so Bert closed the door. Bert closed the door. Perhaps Irving ran away. Perhaps they had a conversation.
What is it we actually do here?
Ooh, okay, I'm freaking out. I don't even know why. Who is this? I don't know. I don't know who this is. We see a picture of the corridor to the punishment room, which is what Irving paints consistently. He's still running. Okay, there's a melon party. So now this almost looks like Irving. And it kind of makes me wonder, is Irving being retired? There's a melon party. Nothing good can come from this, and this definitely looks like Irving. So either this is something that's going to happen to Irving in season 2, or maybe this is a flashback. We get further into Irving's story where potentially an earlier innie of Irving's Audi was retired. Okay, Mark is still freaking running. Okay, Mrs. Cobell, Harmony Cobell / Miss Selvig. Mark's neighbor is sitting at this large room. It's a room we haven't seen before. It looks like it's maybe on a different floor. She had her fall from grace, but possibly got back into their good graces because Mrs. Selvig Cobell realized that Mark's Audi was actually his innie and then ran to pull Helly off the stage during that big fundraiser presentation. So here I'm wondering if she's finally going to meet the elusive board. If the board even exists, they might just be like holograms or past spirits. Something's going on here. And just if there's one thing freaking Severance does so well, it's just the composition of the scene. Like, this scene looks so infinite. You can see it right here, stretching into the back. You can see it reflected. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry. I have to start this over. I was just rewatching it 5 minutes after filming, and I need to draw your attention to the scene of Miss Cobell standing in the whatever boardroom scene. If we actually zoom in, I can't believe I didn't do this before. If we actually zoom in, I hope you can see it, to the mirror right here, we see a figure standing in the mirror. And if we look at Helly Severance finale, that she's wearing like this dress. Is that the same dress? Okay, it has the same neckline. So what the hell is going on? I feel like once they pulled the plug, like Helen maybe is like, yo, what the fuck just happened? What the hell just happened here? Miss Cobell, you have some freaking explaining to do. That could be because we know Helen is really committed to the cure vision. She voluntarily got severed. She seems to have absolutely no remorse when her innie tried to unalive herself, would not listen to her pleas because she wants the vision and the mission of Lumen and the cure family legacy to work so bad. Maybe she has some daddy issues. We don't know what's going on, that she's willing to overlook certain extremely large red flags. Blinking red flags could not be. Okay. This is definitely Mrs. Cobell going deep down somewhere, but I don't know where. Okay, what is this? We got Mark and Helly. This could be a flashback because I believe she's worn this exact outfit before. We have some things on the floor. That's got to be significant somehow. Okay, so he's starting to flash in. We see Miss Casey, and then we see kind of Innie and Audi Mark missing poster, so we possibly get back into their backstory, what actually happened to her, or maybe this is something that they go on and print because they know she's alive. Maybe he had a chance to talk to his sister. She's alive! Oh, that she's alive. I have goosebumps on my arms. So something has stopped Mark. He just ran. He's running all through this maze. Oh, shut up. I'm not prepared for this. He is back in the same room that he was in, and it does look like Macro Data Refinery. At first, I was wondering if he was in a different department, but I don't think that's possible because if we look behind this man, we see the Macro Data Refinery numbers, and it looks like all of his homies have been replaced. What the hell's going on?
Who are you people?
Welcome back, Marcus.
Freaking Milchick. I freaking love Milchick. Milchick is such a good villain. He's just so good with his cheesy ass grin, his mustache, and his like 70s vibe, and his dancing and his balloons. So welcome back, Mark S. means that perhaps Mark took some time off but is back, and maybe they got rid of the other people. He's got balloons.
Been a minute.
been a minute, okay? So he's been out, maybe suspended, sick. Well, it's this music though, guys. Oh, it's the juxtaposition of the music with that the glitchy glitch. Return to office January 17th, 2025. Today is freaking October 28th. I never am one to wish for time to pass too quickly, but I'm willing to make an exception here. What questions do we have? I mean, Mark seems to be the only person going back to work, or maybe after some time, and you kind of wonder, is he going back because that's his only way to connect with his wife, and he feels that pull, he feels that unconscious connection to Miss Casey? What happened to the other innies? What happened to their outies? Is he running in the trailer to see Gemma / Miss Casey? How do they cover up what Helly said? How do they account for that? Is the Kier Corporation going to take some sort of publicity hit? Also, one thing that I think is important, it was the missing poster of Miss Casey, hand-drawn picture. So what is the significance of that? Because like a normal missing poster would have the photograph of the person missing. This was a hand-drawn picture. So is this something that Mark is printing within the corporation, within his floor? Because it was being copied on a copying machine. So I'm wondering if this was being printed in the office because they send Miss Casey somewhere or kind of decommission her. She got in trouble. She's getting punished. She got punished last season for letting Helly kind of slip away and trying to unalive herself. But either way, I'm going to need to watch this a few more times. I'm going to need to marinate on it. Tell me if you would like to do a Severance Season 1 rewatch together. If that's something I'm really interested in. If you guys are, all in all, let's talk in the comments. Chat through what we expect to see in this next season. Please like and subscribe. Comment below with your biggest predictions or what you can't wait to see happen. And we will talk very soon. Miscellaneous Gab out. See you soon.